Today, we're going to talk about how to start an online t-shirt business. Hi there, it's Tanya with Pretty Posh Ambitious. Welcome to my channel. Here at Pretty Posh Ambitious, I love to talk about business ideas and ways to make money, fashion, and staying fit. Have you wanted to start a t-shirt business but don't really know where to start? Well, today we're going to talk about how to start a t-shirt business. So let's get started. So what is number one? Number one would be to get clear on the purpose of your t-shirt business and understand the problem that you are solving for your customer. People purchase things that solve problems. I have a problem, so I'm going to go buy something that fixes that problem. So you may be thinking, okay girl, a t-shirt, how are you going to solve a problem with a t-shirt? Well, t-shirts can solve problems in other ways. T-shirts are great ways to make statements. We also do have to have clothing on. So you do have to wear something, right? Why not wear a t-shirt? And why not wear a t-shirt that promotes a cause that is near and dear to your heart? Or if you're just really sassy like me, I created statement t-shirts. So I'm very shy and it's not very easy for me to speak out about certain things or to say the sassy things that may be in my head, but I wear a t-shirt that says the same thing. Believe it or not, we've already seen this in action. So let's think about high school graduations or football games. If you go to a football game, I can guarantee you're going to see a mother that says proud mom of number 15 or proud football mom. That woman is proud of her child and wants everyone to know that she is a football mom. So that t-shirt solves a problem for her. She needed something to wear to show her support for her son at his football game. So that was a way that t-shirt would solve a problem. So sports is a great example of a passion niche. Like I said, you have your football mom, you have your basketball mom. Your possibilities are endless. But when making sports t-shirts, I want to warn you, make sure you stay away from any trademark logos or characters, such as you don't want to go out. I know that there are a lot of football fans, and trust me, I don't care either way. I'm not a football fan, so I'm just going to use a random team. My sister is a Cowboys fan, and I would not dare make a Dallas Cowboys t-shirt because that is trademarked and that can open me up to lots of liability. So if you're going to make sports t-shirts, make sure to avoid items, logos, characters, and things that might be trademarked. But you can still make a t-shirt that supports Dallas Cowboys football by using their colors, avoiding their trademark items, and just saying things like Sundays are made for football and Jesus. You can make that in the Dallas Cowboys color. So that's an example of how, if you want to play on that niche but avoid using those trademarked. I almost forgot. Don't forget to like and subscribe this video. I promise it really does help. Okay, so number two. The next thing you want to do is get clear on the product that you're selling and who you are selling it to. The worst thing you can do is create a product blindly and attempt to sell that same product blindly. How can you create something for a group of people if you don't even know who you're selling to? If you don't know who you're selling to, how do you know what their needs are or what problem you will solve? Great questions, right? So one of the first things you want to do is get clear on these details. Who will be your customer? Will your customer be that football mom? Will your customer be women that enjoy fishing? Or will your customer be women that love fashion unapologetically, or women that pride themselves in being dope or whatnot? Once you are clear on who your customer is, then you can start to ask yourself the questions: what are her problems? What does she like? Where does she hang out? Answering all of these questions will make it a lot easier for you to do your research and develop products that will actually speak to your customer. What's actually? Excuse me. Another reason you want to get clear on who your customer is and who you're selling to is because you want to create a community. You want people to shop with you, but in order for them to shop with you, they're going to have to trust you. And in order to trust you, they have to know you. So that comes from building community. Another advantage to building a community is if you launch your product to a community that's already in place and that are already familiar with you, then you're more than likely to get sales. Whereas if you launch to an empty room, you may or may not get a sale. That's a chance you're taking. So go ahead and start becoming familiar with who that girl is, where she hangs out, so that you can build that community and start welcoming her in before your products are ready, so that when your product is ready, she's right there to make a purchase. Okay, so let's talk about number three. So number three, you're going to determine what your business model is. How are you going to sell t-shirts? Are you going to make your t-shirts in-house? Are you going to use a printer to print your t-shirts on your behalf and then you handle everything else? Or are you going to drop ship t-shirts where you simply create a website and use a drop shipper to ship out your products? There are pros and cons with each of these models, but they all afford you the possibilities of selling t-shirts online. So before you can get started or go too far in the process, you have to get clear and decide which of these are you going to use as your method of printing t-shirts. Now, don't forget, just because you start out one way doesn't mean you have to stay that way. So if you want to eventually move to a printer that prints your t-shirts on your behalf, that's a great thing to do, but it can be a bit expensive to start out doing that. So personally, what I did, I started my t-shirt business at home, making my t-shirts with a simple cutting machine, heat transfer vinyl, and a heat press. And I would design my t-shirts myself in the software that came with my Silhouette machine. Then I would use the Silhouette machine to cut out the design, and I individually pressed each design on each t-shirt. Now, starting out, that wasn't very difficult for me to do. It was very easy to keep up with the demand of the orders that I received. But over time, what happened, and this is something you should always remember when you're picking your business model or how you're going to actually run your business, your behind the scenes. Can you keep up with your business as it starts to grow? Is that something that you can meet the demands of your business? So for me, that wasn't the case. And that was a big mistake I made in my business. Overnight, an ad became very successful for me, and I sold thousands of t-shirts, and I was left with all of these orders that I had to fulfill alone while working full time, being a wife and a mom, and trying to run this t-shirt business. So just remember, whatever your method you're using, always have a plan for as you begin to scale your business and your business grows. Is that still a method that you can successfully use and run your business? Or do you need to plan to start out in-house and then maybe on down the line you would opt to use either transfers or outsourcing to a printer or going with a dropship? Step 4. Now you're ready to design your t-shirts. When I first started out, that was one of the scariest things I've heard. Oh my God, I am not a graphic designer. How on earth do I come up with t-shirt designs? One thing I learned in this business, less is more. It doesn't have to be that complicated. Think about the t-shirts that you see when you go shopping, or even the t-shirts that you wear. You don't wear all these. Well, I know I personally, when I was designing my t-shirts, me and my customer, we don't wear all those t-shirts with all this wild and crazy stuff on it. Our t-shirts usually contain text. So all I needed was to find the perfect font and the perfect slogan or words, and I would have my t-shirt. Before, when I was first starting and thinking of designing a t-shirt, I was thinking that I needed all of this elaborate art and arrows and lines, and you don't always need all of that. So consider your customer, consider what she's buying, and consider her wants and her needs, and that will help you create the perfect t-shirt. But let's just say, okay, so maybe I'm not going to make a text-based t-shirt. Maybe that's not what your customer wants. Maybe your customer does want the elaborate designs. Well, don't worry. If you're not one that likes to or feels that you have the capacity to create or design t-shirts, you can always hire someone. And yes, hiring can be expensive, but there are ways to cut corners. One way to hire a designer is to go on Fiverr.com, and you can find examples of people's work there, and they start at $5. Now, granted, not all of them are $5, and you have to keep in mind, you're not going to get this super elaborate, fancy design for $5. Will you get something you can start out with? More than likely, yes. But there are more expensive designers that you can invest in to get a more elaborate design if that is what you desire and if that's what your customer needs. But just know, you can always purchase designs that are pre-made. You can go on sites such as Etsy or Creative Market and purchase an SVG file for your cutting machine. If you decide to make designs in-house, simply purchase the design, load it in your cutting machine, cut it out, press your t-shirt, and you have a design. So there are lots of different options in designing a t-shirt. You can keep it in-house, design your own t-shirt, or you can hire a designer to do it on your behalf, starting as low as $5 with Fiverr, or you can try a more expensive website such as Upwork, or I think it's $99 Designs. I'll have to confirm the name of that one, and I'll drop it below in the description. But all of this to say, t-shirt design doesn't have to be done in-house. It doesn't have to be scary. There are people out there that can help you with it if you don't feel it's something that you can do. You've done all this work and you have these t-shirt designs. We're going to move on to step 5. And step 5 is set up your online store, because of course in today's market you're going to sell online. That is the easiest and fastest place to sell your t-shirts, is an online store. There are still people that open brick and mortars, but we want quick and easy, right? Most people, that's why we love Amazon so much, quick and easy. So quick and easy is setting up an online store for your t-shirts. Think about all the people you can reach. That was one thing about my business. When I set up my t-shirt business, I never ever focused on just marketing to people here in my local area. My goal was always to reach people across the nation. And when I ran my ads, I made sure to target those other areas. So that is an advantage to having an online store. You can touch people that you wouldn't normally be able to get into contact with. Just like with designing t-shirts, creating a website can sound scary as well, but there are always shortcuts. And one thing you can do if you would like to have your own website, there are e-commerce platforms such as Shopify that sell themes. They have themes that are free and paid that you can use to set up your own website. You simply go to shopify.com, set up an account, purchase a domain for your brand, and select the theme and upload your products. You have an online store. It's that simple. Few steps, but it's still very simple and much more simple than trying to create your own website. Let's say the website route just isn't for you. You don't even want to try Shopify. You just want something really easy with traffic already coming to it. Then you would use a pre-established platform such as Etsy or eBay. If I were starting this thing all over and I've sold on these platforms before, I would get started with Etsy. Why? Because Etsy is going to make it so much easier for you. Think about it. People go to Etsy every day looking to buy, with their card in hand, ready to make a purchase, looking for baseball mom tee. If I sold baseball mom tees, I would make sure to have my items on Etsy so that that's less work that I have to do in order to get traffic to my store to make sales. Why reinvent the wheel? Why work hard? Use what's already set up for you in Etsy if you don't really care to have a branded website. Now we're down to number 6. The final thing you want to do and have to do is market your t-shirts. If you create a store, people say build it and they will come. That's not true, sis. I tried it. It didn't work. They didn't come. So if you build it, you have to build it. Let them know it's there, and then they will come if it's what they want, okay? So what is marketing? Marketing can be very easy. Marketing can be as simple as getting on your social media account and telling other people about your business. Preferably a business social media account, but you can also use your personal page to start getting eyes on your business. Marketing is also email marketing, sending out emails to your clients, letting them know that you have new t-shirts available. Marketing is also using paid advertising such as Facebook ads or using Pinterest. Pinterest is a great free tool that a lot of people don't really realize the power behind Pinterest. Set up a Pinterest account, enable rich pins, and drive traffic to your store through Pinterest. You will get so much free traffic. Now granted, there are paid sources to use on Pinterest, but you can get so much free traffic just by using proper keywords and the right Pinterest strategy and being consistent. I've done it personally. I know that it works. So your marketing plan should have several different channels. I would suggest no one uses one marketing channel because you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket. And here's an example. So let's say you decide that you're going to use social media, Instagram, to market your new t-shirt store. Well, what happens if Instagram is down? One night Instagram was down and everyone was talking about, there was the big talk, everybody was talking about how Instagram was down. And I did use Instagram a lot for ads and getting traffic to my website, but I was still able to send an email with the subject talking about, well, now that Instagram is down, let's shop. And I made over $1,000 in a couple of hours just from sending an email. Had I only relied on Instagram marketing, then I would not have made anything because Instagram was down. Email marketing, yes, you own your list. There are many advantages to it, but why limit yourself when you can combine other things with that marketing channel and make even more? Another thing that a lot of people, another marketing tool that a lot of people shy away from because it can be a little difficult is search engine optimization. Search engine optimization is basically setting up your site so that the search engines can read it and get the right people to your website. So once you've completed these 6 steps, 6 easy steps at that, you are ready to launch your t-shirt store. Actually, you've already launched your t-shirt store. You already marketed your t-shirt store, and you should have sales. Are you still intimidated? Still feel like this isn't something that you can quite do by yourself? Not to worry. I have created a course, the T-Shirt Business Bootcamp. In this course, I break down the steps and give you actionable tips to help you get started with a new online t-shirt business. So again, thanks for watching. I hope you heard something today that will help you get started with that new t-shirt brand. And until next time, toodles!